Okay, I think we're live. Alright. Couldn't keep me from this game. So, we're coming back to the funny outer space game. Or should I say funny space game, because, well, you'll see later. I'm also testing a USB Ethernet adapter that I had for my Nintendo Switch that I'm going to use for my ThinkPad Yoga for this. So hopefully I'll have a more consistent streaming experience. 'Cause God knows I have a bunch of Ethernet cables lying around. So without further ado, almost stopped streaming there. Without further ado, let's, oh, God damn it. XM Play is kind of a bitch. There we go. Without further ado, the funny space game. Oh, oopsie. Oh, okay, that's muted. That would be embarrassing if we heard double. So where were we? Oh yeah, we didn't see this.
It's a picture entitled Rocket Ship to the Moon.
Wow.
Now, if you could only figure out what the heck a moon is.
My butt.
There's nothing behind the picture. And just to clear this up right now, there's nothing under the carpet, beneath the bed, inside the closet, behind the dresser, or inside the garbage can. You're thinking of that other game from that other company.
What should I do? Tell me. What should I do?
You should get a grip. Do you realize you're talking to yet another inanimate object?
Yeah,
Don't pick it.
oh, god damn it. Oh, jeez. It's loud. This room doesn't really serve much purpose, but it did in the demo. What's this?
Janitor Wilco, why are you here? You're supposed to have gotten your orders from your compost as instructed and reported to transport for beaming to Delta Berxalon 5. Do it now, or I'll be forced to make you the subject and recipient of a captain's log entry. Now move it.
Orbiting Delta Berxalon 5.
That's Dorf, the ship's chief of security. Fortunately, these bridge substation chairs were ergonomically designed. Unfortunately, they were ergonomically designed by the Catharsians, a race of humanoids with only one buttock. Oof!
Oh, jeez. Monorump.
He's the ship's engineer.
Who is he?
That's the communication officer. That's the science officer. This is the engineering station where the power grids and engines are constantly monitored to make sure they're within StarCon spec. Or at least somewhere around a point close to an approximation of the same general idea of StarCon spec. That's the schematic diagram of Deep Ship 86. This is the bridge, the very nerve center of the SCS Deep Ship 86. The enormous deep ship cost millions of buckazoids to build, stretches on and on seemingly without end, and limps along at a snail's pace. Sort of like the first Star Trek movie.
Ooh.
This is the pneumatic tube for intraship transport. It is not a toy. This is the computer post, or compost for short. Most common computer functions can be accessed from these terminals, including convenient pneumatic room-to-room transportation. Not recommended for pregnant life forms or beings with heart conditions.
Yeah, so if you're one of those, you're fucked.
This is a pressure-activated sensor pad, located directly below the intraship transport tube, so that an outgoing crew member won't be accidentally crushed by an incoming crew member. This is the bridge. This station houses the security and tactical arrays. This is the science station, housing the advanced sensor systems, extended computer reference modules, and pattern detectors. This is Occupado.
No one's there.
It feels plush and comfy. Maybe if you get to be a captain again someday, you'll get a nice scratching post command center like this one. Yeah, and you'll be on the cover of JQ. That's Commander Kielboss's command center. No, wait, it's his scratching post. No, it's his command center. Scratching post. Wait, kids, don't fight. It's both.
I miss Gary Owens.
All fleas, abandon ship. All fleas, abandon ship. All fleas,
These controls, Commander Kielbossa can adjust the elevation, tilt, rotation, and firmness level of his command center. And if you put in a quarter, it'll massage 320 different acupressure points. Yeah, you rearrange the commander's chair and he'll rearrange you.
rotate 60 degrees. Tilt forward 22 degrees. Hard to starboard. Evasive maneuvers.
Apparently the command center only responds to Kielbossa's commands.
Janitor Wilco, why are you here? You're supposed to have gotten your order.
Your words are... Your words... You get a job. The engineering station is set to listen to voice commands from authorized personnel only. And you are as unauthorized as can be.
Yo, distant galaxies and stars. Can you hear me?
Sorry, objects in view screen are farther away than they actually appear.
Oh well.
You drool. The engineering and tactical displays respond to intelligent voice commands. Guess you're out of luck.
Oh no.
This science station is a ready source of information on just about any topic in the universe. Thus, you are absolutely incapable of carrying on an intelligent conversation with it.
Okay, let's touch it.
You perform a quick structural integrity scan, followed by a sweep for subspace particle emissions, and finish with a level 3 diagnostic.
I liked pushing the green button best.
This science station is a ready source of information on just about any topic in the universe. Thus, you are absolutely incapable of carrying on an intelligent conversation with it.
Hear ye, hear ye. We at StarCon have made a dreadful mistake. Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco is now Commander.
Nice try, only you forgot to push the yellow button. Lucky for you. Although it's hard to get busted down any lower than you already are.
Oh jeez.
Don't mess with the communications post until you've learned basic punctuation. What are you going to do? Play more dull combat? What are you going to... With these controls, Commander Kielbasa can override navigational subsystems, access ship-wide computer functions, perform sensor sweeps, and get to level 6 of Super Nunzio World. What are you...
Computer, what's the airspeed velocity of a laden swallow?
African or European?
I don't know.
Hey, enough of that. Let's move on. Boy, wouldn't it... That's Commander Kielbasa, dummy. Don't pick at it.
Janitor Wilco.
Oops.
It's Commander Kielbasa's kitty litter box. This is where he makes most of his best command decisions. Not to mention all of his log entries.
Ew. Let's touch it.
Not on a bet.
Let's mouth
Sorry,
it.
you're not authorized to contribute to the captain's log.
Hey, nice scenery. Gee, for a transwarp-class starship, this thing sure feels like it's built from particle board.
Probably is.
Gee, for... Hey.
Let's touch this.
That's not how you get up into the tube.
Well, one person's in the audience.
The sensor pad feels warm and smooth, like a laminated baby's bottom. Your words are... Your word...
Compost. Heal.
It doesn't respond. It's not voice activated. Maybe sometime in the distant future.
Anyone up there?
Apparently not.
Okay. Hello, Cabana. Hello, Cabana. second. We'll check out the rest of the place soon. Don't worry. Confirm transport. Let's go. Alright, let's, oh.
Okay, I'm ready. Energize.
Yeah, if you're deaf, you just don't get to hear that. Oh my god, he's here!
Commander Kielbasa and that other guy look like they're just finishing up a conversation.
Janitor Wilco, Dr. Bellows and I were just talking about you. Please report to Sharpay's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
Sorry, I'm
Yes,
coughing.
sir.
I'm really congested tonight. Oh yeah, Leisure Suit Larry 6 music.
Janitor, I believe you were given specific orders. Carry them out immediately.
Oh, well, sorry. I'll get right on it, sir.
Let's do it again.
Wilco, if you don't follow my orders immediately, I'll bust you down to... Oh, I forgot. You're already as low as you can get. Trust me, I'll make your life more miserable than it already is.
Why, are
Now
we going to
move it.
become a gray shit?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Wilco, if you...
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he said the same thing. Can he say something different?
Wilco,
Yes.
Alright, fuck it.
The wall panels of the Ascendo pad are formed from a core of fiber steel between dual layers of expanded polycarbamide sheathing that's guaranteed not to rust, chip, peel, or need repainting for at least 12 millennia. This is probably more than you wanted to know. The wall panels, this display shows you the Ascendo pad's current location. The wall panels of you're back and you pinch yourself to make sure this isn't all a bad dream. Just walk on through. The portway opens automatically. You and what army? This hatch is closed, but it opens automatically when the Ascendo pad is on the docking bay level and there's a vehicle in the bay. This port interfaces visiting shuttles with the Ascendo pad. This portway interfaces the Ascendo pad with most of the rooms in the Golden Light Years Research Building.
Huh.
This portal is open, allowing you to pass through the shaft into one of the rooms.
Huh.
The Ascendo pad slides smoothly along these 4 rails usually. These hermetically sealed components house the Ascendo pad's direction correction connections, the quark torque fork, and the ascension descension suspension tension extensions. These components are permanently sealed so that clumsy ham-handed adventurers who like to fiddle with everything won't accidentally kill themselves. The Ascendo pad guide rails are, like elementary algebra, beyond your grasp.
Hey.
You try to rust, chip, peel, or repaint the walls of the Ascendo pad, but the dual layers of expanded polycarbamide prevent you. Don't distract them. They're holding your life in their hands. These lights illuminate the interior of the shaft, just in case someone falls down it and needs some light to die by. Beneath the Ascendo pad, the lift bay relay outlay array quietly does its thing. The Ascendo Pad ceiling is a seamless plate of anodized lightweight quaturium for high tensile strength, low maintenance, and easy monthly payments. This display... Don't touch it. You'll break the magic spell that keeps it working. The ceiling appears to be one seamless surface, reassuring you that you won't have to do any shaft climbing in this adventure.
Wait, we didn't check out the floor.
You are standing on the Ascendo Pad, a platform that moves up and down inside a shaft that connects with all the possible floors in this underground building. The Ascendo Pad works much like an elevator. In fact, if you can figure out why we didn't just call it an elevator, please let us know.
Because it's sci-fi, dude.
It feels like an elevator.
Can anyone hear me?
Unfortunately, the player can. These hermetically sealed... These components are permanently sealed, so that clumsy, ham-handed adventurers who like to fiddle with everything won't accidentally kill themselves. Don't distract them. They're holding...
Ceilings. Nothing more than ceilings.
That's a
You
song.
examine the surface of the Ascendo Pad with your tongue, but other than a fair amount of dirt, you don't come up with anything. It's no use screaming for help at a time like this. Nobody cares what happens to you.
Oh no. Well, thanks
You
for
can't reach them. You're inside the Ascendo
reality
Pad,
check.
and they're out in the shaft. A feeling not wholly unfamiliar to you. Don't touch that. Just walk on through. Just walk on. It feels open. This portal is open, allowing you to...
Make way, here I come. I bid thee open.
If you're going in there, Graham, I'm staying out here.
I bid thee open.
If you're go...
Make way, here I... Listen to me. To serve mankind. It's a cookbook.
You get a jump on senility. It's times like these that we know your elevator doesn't quite reach the top.
Ceiling. I bid...
If you... Hey, don't... The lift bay relay outlay array is permanently lubricated. Licking it will not help. These hydraulic brakes allow the Ascendo Pad to stop smoothly. Note that you can't really see them from where you are, but you somehow sense they're there. Yeah, that's it. You somehow sense that they're there. That's the ticket. These hydraulic... Yeah, the Ascendo Pad works... In fact...
Can anyone hear me?
Oh, wait.
Hi, Drolix.
Oh.
From inside the Ascendo Pad, you can't reach the lift bay relay outlay array. Heck, you can't even say lift bay relay outlay array.
Lift bay relay outlay array.
You can't operate these hydraulic brakes manually. You'd shear your hand off into a thin smear of blood, mashed flesh, and pulverized bone. But hey, it's something to think about, right?
Look at that later.
Hi.
The lift bay From inside the Ascendo Pad, you can't reach... You can't even... The Ascendo Pad... You mistake the dual layers of polycorbamide sheathing for some sort of lickable wallpaper, and you give the wall a lick.
Hey, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Ah.
These arrows cleverly indicate the direction in which the Ascendo Pad is moving. These are indicator lights, not buttons. Come on, get with the program.
I can't.
You try to rust, chip the wall panels of this. You mistake the dual layers of
Hey, the Sendo pad, take me away.
Unless you miss your guess, this button will take the Ascendo pad to the docking bay. Your highly developed sixth sense tells you that this button will take you to someone's quarters. Your keen janitorial instincts tell you that this button takes you to Lab A. Every fiber of your being cries out, "This button will take me to Lab B."
Wow.
I want to go to the docking bay. Up and away!
You attempt and fail to press the quarters button with your tongue.
Bengay.
You deftly attempt to press the Lab A button with your tongue. Unfortunately, you lack the lingual strength to depress the button fully, but you deduce from the taste that whoever pushed this button last has recently been sifting through sewage.
Ew.
Take me to Lab B. I have clearance.
Believing you utterly, the Ascendo pad immediately descends to Laboratory B, where it drops you off and you save the galaxy. The end. As if.
Well, let's go to Lab B.
You press the Lab B button, but the Ascendo pad doesn't move. Apparently you need some sort of clearance to get to Lab B.
Oh, dear.
So it won't open. I didn't want to go to Lab B anyway.
Jeez.
I bid.
If you... You and what army? You're far too much of a wuss to pry open the portal doors.
Oops.
It looks a lot more detailed. The portal is closed, signifying that you're on the docking bay level. This portway interfaces the Ascendo pad with most of the rooms in the golden... You get a jump on...
Open, you.
All right, touch it. Now we have to go to the quarters.
This portal is open.
Well, let's go in. Get on with the game.
Janitor second class, Roger Wilco, reporting as ordered, ma'am.
Wilco, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
I'm very sorry, Matt.
Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain over there.
Ma'am, I came as...
Young man, I lack the time, and most importantly, the patience to indulge you as you whine your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
Sorry, but I wasn't briefed on what tasks would be required of me.
Why does your pay
You
look
are
different?
a janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon? When my fifth husband, Admiral Bluntthang, served, the crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall this one rather striking cadet who... Oh, well, never mind that. But you, I pray you do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not look forward to witnessing. Get to work, Mr. Wilco. You'll find a mop and a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to your education. That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire. Please, just clean. I must rest now.
Ah, the door which allowed you into this room.
Mr. Wilco, where do you think you're going? I am sure my friend the commander of StarCon intended for you to attend to me until otherwise ordered. I'd hate to have to tell him you were anything but committed to the task assigned and entrusted to you by your superiors.
You know, if you do what Sharpay asks, we might all get out of here a lot more quickly. You know, if you... Your words cause... This is the personal medical suite of the legendary Sharpay. She spends her advancing days here at the ever-expanding retirement complex on Delta Berksalon 5. You look at it,
What?
but nothing strikes...
What was she? Oh no. Uh-oh. Hold on. There we go.
You look at it. You summon the... The cart contains many devices which could be held in the palm of one's hand. But for the sake of the much more fiscally important impressions which must be made on patients, administrators, and wealthy contributors, they are incorporated into large carts with neat devices which make nifty beep and ping sounds. Helps the funding. You drool in... You start to say... Ah, a bucket, one of the staples of any janitor's arsenal. These are supplies of a medical nature for the cratered one. You've seen plenty of these babies in your lifetime.
Of course, we're a janitor.
That's a joke can. The old-timers use it to fake the new interns into thinking they have sucking chest wounds. It's a real hoot. A vent for careful climatic control takes up a significant portion of this wall segment. This is the personal medical suite of the legendary Sharp...
No, ma'am.
I guess even the ill-rich must have some extravagances. Where's the cyber poodle? Oh, well, they're making them too well now anyway. You just can't seem to kick them hard enough. The doormat sucks you absolutely clean of any kind of debris, virus, bacteria, lawyer, or transient product manager which may have become attached to your person. Pretty cool, eh? Don't touch that. You drool. It's a neat round design on the floor to break up the flatness of its look. But more than anything else, it serves to be more of a clod trap for people like you who trip over it, even though it's absolutely flush with everything around it. Go figure. This is the personal medical suite of the Yes, you've seen the hollow ads, you've seen the infomercials. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, the Crapmatic adjustable bed. Yes, there's no mistaking it. The programmable mattress shapes to at least 5 different skeletal types, as well as 2 non-skeletal modes. The Crapmatic harnesses the latest in time-proven, very versatile and patented Hydro-Riser technology. Don't be the last one in your colony to own the most capital-conscious therapeutic stationary device known to being kind, and at a price you'll find stunning. Some exoskeletal types not supported, not available in all quadrants. Please allow 2 to 3 light years for delivery. Yes, you've seen... Yes, no. The Hydro-Riser piston gleams proudly, truly up to the task of propping up the most expansive of dermally housed humanoids.
Mr. Wilco, I asked you to mop the floors. Do I have to get Commander Kilbasa in here to get you to do your job?
Yeah.
No, ma'am. I'll get right on it, ma'am. There sure are some cool-looking machines here. That one has neat blue lights.
It's a red panel in the foreground. You really don't know what it does, nor do you care.
I care.
Cool, another machine that lights up and goes ping! This is a circuit analysis diagnostics unit. It feels like that would... Despite your proclivity for screwing with things you should not, you decide to pass this time. Don't pick at it. You start to see your utterance. Hey, don't put... It wouldn't be... A porcelainite throne serves as the centerpiece of the bathroom. A clean towel dutifully hangs, awaiting its next use. A sink uncharacteristically clutters up the restroom.
No, ma'am.
It's a cabinet containing old Sharpay's drugs. Through the passage of time, some personal habits haven't changed with humanoids of Earth heritage. Although no one knows the true origin, people have been hanging rolls of flimsy paper called Aswipe next to their extruded item disposal unit. Since no one is certain of its actual use, it is a mere cultural decoration in most circles. Seems like a few sequels since we've been in any bathrooms. I know what you've been thinking. You're probably thinking, have they waited 4 sequels to do bathroom humor? Or has it been just 3? Well, to tell you the truth, in all the sequel-generating excitement, we've kind of lost track ourselves. So you've got to ask yourself just one question. Are they hard up enough to resort to that level of humor at this point in the game? Nah, not yet. That is, we like to think we've slithered up a fair number of floors from the basement level of the comedic food chain. Either that or it's one of those relative things. Maybe it's because Al just continues to lower the basement. Anyway, what were we talking about?
No, ma'am.
Seems like a few well, now either it wouldn't be
Just touched a toilet.
It wouldn't be You summon the... That wouldn't... Don't touch... It wouldn't... It feels... Your word... You start to... Your word... This is the personal medical suite of the It looks like a heart monitor. It must be amazingly sensitive since this crusty old beast appears rather heartless. This would appear to be the bathroom door. Perhaps not everything should be shared. A contaminated waste items receptacle stands awaiting contaminated waste items. What can be said that isn't...
Mr. Wilco, where do you think you're going? I am sure my friend...
It wouldn't be... Hey, don't...
No, ma'am.
This is the emergency light that helps you find the toilet in case you find out that something really bad is about to happen, even when the ship's main power is down. Some people have security blankets. For you, it's the bathroom. A wall-mounted interface appears to have jacks for the flow of data and/or power. This is the personal... A round inset light glows softly in the morbid setting. This is the personal medic... There seems to be a few redundant systems monitors here. A more alert person would be led to believe that someone has accounted for the possible arrival of different types of humanoids in this otherwise personal facility. You as a janitor would only have a clue as to what was contained in those bottles if the content showing through them resembled some sort of waste product or cleaning supply. You as a janitor... That wouldn't... It feels... A contaminated waste items receptacles... That wouldn't... It looks like an empty specimen jar. Maybe later, if you find some free time, you could give it a fill. Keeps the techs guessing. It looks like a vein juicer. This is apparently her dresser. With glaciated facial terrain like that, The escort services must rake it in. That's It feels your work. It's some scanner-looking thing above the bed. The headboard unit houses a really nifty 8-track laser disc player.
Hey.
This is the personal medical Yes, you've seen the hollow ads. Yes, don't be. That's delightful.
Don't even try it, Wilco. Just do what is asked of you.
Oh,
You
God.
don't need it. You don't need it, and you aren't here to play with stuff. It wouldn't be. You summon the. Be polite. You should only do that if Sharpay asks you to.
Hello, ma'am.
Just do your duties, janitor.
Hello, ma'am.
Don't pick. That's It feels. You start to.
Well, let's do this.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode. It is positively maddening.
You got it to, right away, ma'am. Whatever I can do.
Please do it, and quietly. I must have my rest.
Ah, one of the much heralded just say no to death devices designed to make you at least feel perky and more upbeat about the big D.
Oh, no.
Instead of the nervous making blips and occasional flatline, depending on what kind of night the old doc had, these machines seem to help make the whole death thing less of a downer. With these machines, the survivors can leave the room humming a final but not so downbeat ending theme, or replay in their minds the pleasant electronic wither of the monitor when the heart makes that final squeeze, instead of some real downer thing like last words or something inconsiderately spewed at that last moment by the soon-to-be-declared deceased.
Huh.
Don't touch that. You're utter...
Hello, ma'am.
Don't touch that. Yeah, you just can't get enough of that. Like you need another one of these. This is the personal medical suite. Don't touch that. It feels...
Hey,
You
what the
summon
hell
the-
are we supposed to do?
Don't touch... Yeah, you just... It feels...
Don't.
While it looks like it might detach, you have no use for it. Don't be greedy. It's some sort of medical unit. You don't know what it is. After all, you're a janitor, not a doctor, damn it. You summon... That would... You know, if you do what Sharp... It's that lard... It wouldn't... Don't pick... Don't pick... Don't pick... It wouldn't... That's del... It fe... You some...
Okay, so what am I supposed to do now?
Mr. Wilco, are the little voices in your head drowning me out? Get in there and take care of that toilet. My report of your performance to your commander is not looking too favorable at this time.
We have
Yes,
nothing
ma'am.
to lose.
I'm very sorry, ma'am. It'll never happen again, ma'am.
Mr. Wilco, it is what was that,
the-
janitor?
Nothing, ma'am.
What?
I'll get those for you right away.
Whoa, what?
The wrinkled one rests quietly in her crap-o-matic adjustable bed. The wrinkled... Yes, don't...
Get her meds.
I can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. Hey, what the...
While we await a fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Hey, there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent. I seem to be in a world of deep... Ah, jeez, the door!
You summon the... It looks a lot more... You display your standard blank stare, but it is unimpressed.
No.
She seems to be resting rather peacefully.
Let's get out. Roger, you're like me.
Rats, it won't budge. I've got to get out of here somehow. No windows, and the walls are solid bulkhead. And I'm too big to flush myself out of here. This is the only way. What would MacGyver do now?
You realize your strength alone will be no match for the mechanized door. The hydro-riser piston gleams proudly, truly up to the task of propping up the most expansive of dermally housed humanoids. That's not going to help. Move it, man! That's not go- She seems to be resting. She seems...
Well, let's do what the game wants us to.
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose in your hands. Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective.
Oh.
As fulfilling as a conversation with Sharpay might be, you can't talk to her in her current state. That's not going to help. She seems to be... She seems...
Okay. No. Oh, shit. Okay, come on. Let's do this.
Good thinking! Wedged in the door, the manual override control causes the piston to strain against the door. It pushes a few inches and seems to strain at that point.
Wilco!
Oh, hi, Stellar. What are you doing here?
Yeah, what?
There's no time to talk, Roger. You've got to get out of here now. 1, 2, 3.
No, she didn't need to do that.
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft, the hydro-riser piston gives way, and the door slams shut, with Stellar still trapped inside. You
She can
claw and
teleport
pull
out.
at the seams of the bulkhead door, but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion, which seems to have come from behind the door.
Oh, shit.
The door is sealed tight. You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
Fuck.
My God. I can't believe this. It can't be happening. She was... I was... Stellar!
Oh,
It's
no.
hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush, pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection. Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur, the laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago. You are feeling as you have never felt before, perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships. You've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however, is a different feeling, far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance, but you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her.
Oh, shit.
Enough smarm already. Let's funeral.
All right.
Ladies and/or gentlemen, we assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate, Lieutenant First Class Stella Santiago. Her unfortunate death takes place in the shadow of a new community, the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy. Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst
Sorry, I was
occurred
commenting
while
on
she
something
was
else.
on duty. If a member of StarCon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance. I believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
Oops.
It's your average, everyday hollow chaplain. Stunningly real, don't you think? That's the holographic gravedigger. His program certainly is low-key. This is the control panel for the... This is the standard compost. It's the only other thing that detracts from the nearly perfect scene before your eyes. This setting is idyllic. You know in a place deep inside of you, despite your emotional thickness, that this is what Stellar would have wanted. This setting is This is the tube bottom. This is the intake exhaust tube for the on-ship transporter. This is what sucks you here and there. Come on, you know him. That's Dorf, the deep ship's nearsighted and relatively clueless security chief. Pay no attention to them. They're just extras we hired to fill the room. Pay no attention. This setting is... That wouldn't prove. It feels slightly not too appropriate, even for you. No, that's more than you're up to at this time. All you really want to touch is the spleen of whoever did this to Stellar. Egad, can you really be thinking that? No, that's more than you... Egad. You pinch yourself to make sure this isn't all a bad dream. Don't touch that. You summon... It wouldn't be... It's a funeral. Act appropriately. This is no time to pick a conversation. This is no... No, that's more than you're up to at this time. Oh, egad. No, that's more... Egad. No, that... Egad. Wouldn't it be fun to see everyone's reactions if you turned off the program? You quickly lose the thought and remember Stellar. You would leave Stellar's funeral? You start to see your words. Wouldn't it be fun to see everyone's reactions if you turned off the program?
Oh.
You quickly lose the thought and remember Stellar. No, that's egad.
Well, let's proceed
Excellent
with the game.
guess, Kreskin. Wrong, but excellent. Excellent.
I only knew Stellar for a short time. I wish I, could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this, person. I was proud to have called friend. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
Oh, damn. That's an emotional feeling. Well, we went from a funny space game to a feely space game. Why the hell does Kilbasa walk like that in this situation?
That's your relatively pathetic eulogy for Stellar. Pretty cool looking, huh? What, was that supposed to be clever? The walls have a flat, nondescript finish. Very deceiving when you consider what this room is capable of. These are the holodeck programming controls.
Those buttons seem to be self-explanatory. I wonder what they do.
The floor is featureless. This is the hollow joint. There are the usual compost and transport tubes as in all other ship locations. There is a special control panel near those. Otherwise, the room is nearly devoid of features. The truly unique thing about this room is its ability to be programmed to replicate just about any setting and situation. It is often used for training as well as for periods of recreation by the crew. This is the hollow joint. There are the usual compost and the truly unique thing. This is the walls have a flat, nondescript finish. They feel as they look. The floor is totally free of debris. The holo suite is self-cleaning. This technology could render you obsolete if it were used extensively throughout the fleet. Good thing Star Khan's so cheap.
Huh.
It feels like you start to say something. Your word, you pinch yourself to make sure this isn't all a bad dream. It's the pad the ship's transport system uses as a target when spewing transportees to their appropriate destinations. As elsewhere, this room is equipped with a compost. That's the in-ship transport tube for this room. You've been hurled through it more times than you'd care to think about. The only time you can touch that is when you're passing through it. Don't. These are the holodeck programming controls. This begins execution of your entry. This deletes the entry. This clears the previous entry. No real mystery as to what this does. At least there'd better not be. No real... These are the holodeck programming. These are the holo... These... You are looking at two computer screens. Yes, two. The computer screen of your wimpy PC and the screen of our far superior hollow cabana that can render your PC worthless. This is one of the number keys as indicated by the strategically placed numbers on it. I can see where you'd be confused. These are the holodeck. This begins. You summon the ability. You get a jump. Hey, don't. No.
All right. Let's explore the rest of the ship. Let's chill by 8 rear. This probably has the best music in the game.
This is your standard compost panel, where you can get information, travel to other ship locations, or just pretend to be doing some work. This is 8 Rear, the ship's lounge. Here crew members come to relax, drink, eat, converse, party, hit on each other, brawl, hurl, pass out, and intrude on each other's personal space. This is the platform you use for intra-ship transport. It's the chute you get sucked up into. The ambient light in 8 Rear is soft and diffused, and the light fixtures blend in with the decor to a fare-thee-well. These pillars stretch 3 decks up to the high vaulted ceiling of 8 Rear. Your neck bones grind unpleasantly as you look up at the top of the pillars.
Ouch!
The ambient light in 8 Rear is soft and diffused, and the light fixtures blend in with these pillars.
Ouch!
The ambient... A peaceful panorama of light, color, and limitless black space drifts quietly by the window, the infinite flow and ebb of matter and energy dancing around itself in a never-ending light show of creation.
I want to see something blow up!
This is... The compost pad feels hard and rounded, like standing on a giant contact lens. And you'll notice it appears to follow you around the room.
Huh.
You can't detach that without a Zyquest torque phase shifter, and who'd want to anyway? They're too high overhead to reach. In any event, you've managed to overcome your arboreal tendencies and are now perfectly content to live on land. It's way beyond your grasp, just like quadratic equations.
Hey. Oh.
It's hard, cool, and round, and seems to be doing a fine job of supporting the weight of the ceiling. They're too high overhead to reach. In any event, you've managed... It's like talking to the wall, only rounder.
Nah, I get tired of talking to the same old group of losers.
Even standing on tiptoe, your tongue isn't quite long enough.
Heads up! Coming through! Nice pad.
Compost don't respond to voice commands. What do you think this is, science fiction? Don't interrupt them. They're on break. Besides, you stand less of a chance of being insulted or shot down. A guy can only take so much of that. It would appear that merging... Yeah, just walk over and feel them up. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And we're sure you'll enjoy it when you're the recipient of some nice phaser blast ventilation.
What, they have a Second Amendment?
Now this guy is a cool one. He's slam and bruise like many of the folks on the Space Quest team are going to do once they ship this chartbuster.
It didn't exactly bust any charts.
Well, this guy's really pounding down the popcorn. If he keeps it up at this rate, an intervention may be called for.
In fact, this was the last Space Quest.
2 women looking very much like Girl Scouts are badgering the poor alien-looking guy they're sitting with. They must be trying to unload more of those damned cookies. 2 women looking... Eating, drinking, and looking at the stars. Sounds like something you'd do on a date, especially since you're usually alone. Eating, drinking. The anti-grav tables are specially designed to compensate for the ship's motions, minimizing drink spills while under enemy attack. Now you can drink an alien secretion during a hull breach and still not spill a drop. Yes, your eyeballs will implode within 2.3 seconds, but if and when you make it back from sickbay, your drink will still be there waiting for you. The anti-grav seats make sure you're always the proper distance from the table and that you're never short of legroom. An unusual plant specimen that someone left behind. It appears to be thriving here. Perhaps it prefers beer and popcorn to fertilizer and you grow it lamps. It feels slightly... You get a jump. Once again, you waste time talking to invisible people. And once again, you're terribly offended that they do not reply. Sorry, this isn't your station.
Touch it.
There's nothing on the table to take. Under normal circumstances, such as while you're supposed to be working, you'd feel free to sit down and drink and eat to your heart's content. But duty calls.
Like what?
Replicator. Replicator. Make me something to eat.
Nothing happens. This is no fairy tale. This sign and the menu screen attached indicate that this is a Mr. Soylent food replicator. It makes you wonder what kind of kickback StarCon is receiving for this blatant plug. This is 8 Rear, the ship's lounge. Here, crewmen... A friendly Mr. Soylent food replicator stands in wait to serve anyone who wants a snack. Technically, these aren't replicators. They're wormholes into the restaurant universe. But the food still tastes replicated because the chefs in the restaurant universe are mostly ex-Monolith Burger employees and know nothing about food.
Oh.
A friendly Mr. Soylent food replicators. Technically, these aren't replicators. This is 8 Rear. You can't detach that without us. It feels warm and informative. You can't detach that with...
Nah, I get tired of talking. How do, Mr. Soylent?
Trying to talk to it? It's just a sign, Roger. Think about it.
Replicator.
No.
Nah, I get...
I wonder is, current medical issues. Let's do some flavor text. Huh. I feel like that might be a hint later. Hey, Scott Murphy. Ugh.
Nothing.
Huh. I mean, we could, like, look at that stuff, but nah. What was the code for the... Oh, hey, Elvis.
And we thought the Elvis 1987 poster in our office was tasteless. Two scientific dudes stand by the back window, talking stars. It's hard to say anything sarcastic about them, since stargazers are inherently cool.
Okay. Okay, I got the code right here. Let's get some Bjorn chow.
This is the screen used to display the numbers as you enter them. It's a button with a number on it.
Open up in there. Access panel, I command you to open.
Not surprisingly, the access panel doesn't open, but it does appear to glance your way, give you a "who made you the boss" look, then shrug and glance away with a superior attitude. Or was that all in your mind?
This game is funny.
Access panel,
Not surprisingly, or was
access panel,
not s- or
access panel.
not or
I mean, if it had, I mean, it is the weakest. It's probably the weakest like Space Quest game, but like the humor is pretty funny. Okay, so 7, 4, 6. Nine, 4, 1, 0. 9, 4. Oh shit. 4, 1, 0.
something tells me you're thinking of the demo.
Demo?
Yeah, you remember the demo that had more version numbers than the game?
Yeah. That demo.
You want this stuff? Maybe we should relegate the Roger Wilco character to demo-only status for the next game. You did have a brother, didn't you? Perhaps his IQ broke double digits.
I don't think I actually want that stuff.
Never mind. The pipe feels tepid and seems to vibrate just slightly. Whether that's from an influx of fresh soilant or just the natural vibration of the ship, you're uncertain. Don't touch that. We don't know.
This world's a great
Oh,
big
boy.
ball of dirt with 50 billion souls who like to sit around and veg down in the dark like moles. But me, I'm just the kind of girl who loves the open air and bits of unburned hydrocarbons blowing through my hair. New soil and clear, at last it's here with clearly better taste. Less people too, like me and you, and less reprocessed waste. More hearty crunch for snacks or lunch, it's crystal clear to see. New soil and clear, the last frontier for folks like you and me. New soil and clear, clearly less people, clearly more taste.
Love that theme. Love it.
You shouldn't try to open this. You shouldn't try to open this door by tugging on it. You'll strip the gears, just like you did to the replicator in your quarters.
Open up in there.
Attempting to carry on a conversation with the plastosaran overlay is a sign of your continuing slide into serious mental illness.
Button, button. Who's got the button?
I guess Josh
I
Mandel.
crack me up.
Yeah, I guess Josh Mandel probably liked Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, was that in the book or was that exclusive to the 1971 movie? I know like the 1971 movie added like a lot of stuff. Like a lot of literary references. And Roald Dahl was really pissed off about that. Let's go to the bridge.
The main view screen is filled with stars and distant galaxies, representing untold scores of civilizations and a vast amount of untapped knowledge that could reshape the way we think of time and space. But more importantly, you're proud to notice that your new squeegee didn't leave any streaks.
Yo, distant.
Sorry. Don't touch the view screen, you just finished cleaning it.
Janitor Wilco, you must have something to clean up somewhere. Make yourself scarce. We're very busy up here. Janitor...
Okay. Let's look at the transporter.
The transport alcove contains transport pads for up to 5 crew members and/or supplies. Above each is a subatomic particle scanner. The transport alcove contains transport pads for... The transport alcove... Due to its proximity within the ship, many of the superstructure elements of deep ship pass through the transport chamber. You'll probably remember this quite well, since escaping from dangerous situations. After all, it is your forte. Any unassimilated subatomic particles from the transport process are deposited here. This helps to keep the transporter pads dust-free. And don't worry, they almost never have any problems with important parts not making it through the transport process properly.
Almost.
You give it a tap, but nothing happens. You drool in that. Your words. You get a... What can be said that... This is the trusty compost, as found in all other locations aboard Deep Ship 86. What can be said that... Not much. The transport room is a very important place aboard any Starcon ship, and for safety reasons tends to be one of the cleanest. You ought to know. Due to its proximity within the ship, many of the superstructure elements... You'll probably remember that... No one's perfect. If you were able to see slightly higher than the graphic allows, you'd notice that the pipes mysteriously end, as if an error had been made in the ship's design.
Oh no.
No, they're useless to you as well as to the ship. Your words cause... Your word... You get a jump. The transport room is a very important place aboard... Due to its proximity within the ship, The transport room is a very... It's a flux condenser. You haven't a clue what it does, but it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's a sealed component. The seal would not be necessary were it not for curious losers like yourself. Your word... It's a sealed... This is the transporter control panel. The droid assigned here handles all transport duties from this station. This droid is the teleporter station technician. It's all business.
All business.
It's tolerant of humans to a point. You'd best leave it alone and get back to business. I wouldn't try that if I were you. He may not react too favorably. I wouldn't try... Your utterance... You drew... This is the It's interested only in its job. It has not one speck of personality. In fact, it could make you look like the life of any party.
Huh.
Your utterance... It's interested only in its... The transport room is a very important place.
Okay.
It wouldn't be. It feels. The transport alcove contains transport pads for up to 5 crew members.
Okay, we know.
It's interested only. Your words.
I hope I never get so far gone that I end up talking to myself like this.
Your words. You start to see. Your utterance.
Well, let's stop dicking around in here, because nothing goes on in there. Let's go to 8 rear again, why not? Can't do a good impression of that sound. Jim Cummings, started his career by doing funny sounds for like a horror movie. No joke. Hey!
Looks like you have a message waiting for you.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular.
That's
wonder
what I
what
say
it
every
is.
time I get a message. Or think.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked.
Oh no.
Stellar, what happened? The picture's gone. You're alive?
Let's look at this.
This is your standard compost panel, where you can get information, travel to other ship locations, or just pretend to be doing some work. It hurts your eyes to look at that. It looks like a cyberjack plug receptor. It hurts your eyes. It looks like a cyberjack plug.
That slot takes one of those data cards.
What can be said? You display your. It hurts your eye. Not much. You are vision. You look at it. You summon the ability.
Wow, a message for me.
Wilco, where are you? You either get down to Delta Berxilon.
Oh. We already did that. That sucks. Let's tell the captain about this. What?
Commander Kilbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Oh,
Sir,
Wilco, we have our orders from StarCon and we'll be carrying them out. Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Dude, I mean, we have a couple hours off. We could do whatever. This is great.
Janitor Wilco, you must have something to clean up.
yo,
Sorry.
Orbiting.
I mean, since we're orbiting Delta Berxilon, let's go to the transporter. Okay, come on, just transport. Oh, we can't. I know what to do. Let's go to 8 rear. Just hang out a bit.
This poor slob is trying to impress the two women he's sitting near by showing them how much he can drink. Yeah, that's always a sure way to impress the babes.
The best song in the game.
It's your old non-organic friend, Circuit Sydney. Sure, it's hard not to want to stroke Sydney's buffed exterior, but that would be impolite.
Huh. Let's talk to him.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
It's
Thanks,
Data.
Sydney.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh, yeah. I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions. Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Flame away, Roger. You know I'd give you my right appendage if you needed it.
Funny you should say that, Sydney. I kind of have this situation where that very item could
What
come in handy.
situation?
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
Suddenly the
You really
fidelity
are a
of
great
that
friend, Sydney.
went up.
That'll come in real handy. I can't thank you enough, Sydney.
Well, if you really are
And the
seriously
fidelity
in need of it,
left.
I suppose I could lend it to you. You will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sydney.
Speaking of fidelity, my stock portfolio is bad.
Sorry, this...
Nah, I get tired of talking. Sydney, I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
Well, actually, Sydney, I could use one of your eyes.
Are you certain, Roger?
Well, I guess if you really need it.
And suddenly the audio fidelity is back.
I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
And it's gone again.
Of course, Sydney. Real soon. Listen, I've got a couple of things I've got to attend to. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Sydney.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Oh, yeah. See you soon, Sydney.
Roger, are you here to return my structural loans?
Soon, Sydney. Soon.
Well, I do hope it's soon. People are starting to look at me in a strange manner.
We just...
You got it, Sydney. I'll be back soon.
Sydney won't be interested in talking to you any further until you return his body parts.
wonder, can we return his body parts?
Hey, you just got that from him. Perhaps you should use it first. Hey, you just got... It's the right arm circuit Sydney was so kind to loan you. It looks vaguely like your hiney after it's been chewed out by your boss. This is Sydney's left eye. It's a somewhat damaged CD-ROM disc. As cool as it... This is... Boy, wouldn't it... As cool... It probably seemed like a good idea. It probably... Excellent guess, Kreskin. Wrong, but excellent. As cool...
Let's go to the shuttle bay entrance.
This massive door leads to the shuttle bay. Since the shuttle bay is completely depressurized every time a shuttle lands or takes off, this door must be incredibly thick and impenetrable. not unlike you. This handy-dandy scrolling board announces incoming and outgoing shuttles. During the quieter stretches, it's also used to display the scores when they hold donkey basketball games in the shuttle bay. This is the entrance to the shuttle bay. Since the shuttle bay is a hazardous area, and since visiting dignitaries often pass through these doors, security is extremely tight here. This is the entrance to the shuttle bay. This is the entrance. It's a tube top. The teleport tube platform looks pretty much identical to all the other teleport tubes around here. This is the entrance to the shuttle bay. The wall sconces help make this painting very moody and atmospheric, don't you think? A nice fatty donut. Magnum will probably scarf this down. After all, he needs to maintain his boyish tub-o'-guts figure.
Man, I want a donut now.
Magnum Opus belongs to an elite StarCon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers, FF for short. That's Chesbro, one of the shuttle bay guards. It's one of two buttons you must push simultaneously to open the shuttle bay door. This massive door leads to the shuttle bay, not...
Okay. Let's look at
This
that.
is the standard compost, your combination information station and room-to-room transporter. It's laminated to keep it clean and in good working order. It feels highly plasticized. You can't reach the top from where you are. In fact, from where you are, you'll never reach the top. Your words are... It's just a platform. You can't talk to it, so give it up.
Yeah, wasn't there like a new Star Trek, mainline Star Trek series recently, and like, it sucks.
Voice activation was abandoned many years ago when they couldn't engineer it to accept contractions.
I mean, to be fair, like, modern day Star Trek is like Chris Chan, it just gets worse.
That wouldn't... Don't touch that. I really don't think that's a good idea. He's not the touchy-feely type. An interesting thought, but you wouldn't want to give him the wrong idea about your intentions.
Let's touch that.
An interesting idea. What are you up to, Roger? You consider saying hi until you remember how dedicated he is to his job, and you wouldn't want him to get in trouble for slacking off while on duty. I wonder why you don't worry about that for yourself. Magnum doesn't talk. He fancies himself to be like one of those Buckingham Palace types.
All right.
No amount of brute strength can pry these doors apart, even if you had some. An interesting thought, but you wouldn't want to give him the wrong idea about your...
Okay, so what we're supposed to do is, hold on. Bear with me. Oh. Hello, Cabana. So Josh Mandel literally just intended on you to just, like, be bored and just search the database or whatever. Known races. Five, 1212. Okay. So of course, turn this shit on. 12. Enter.
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 5551212,
Same
the Volga
difference.
Nerve Binge. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Volgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the vulgar nerve pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of nerve stimuli and loss of cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness. In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced robotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they
Lobotomy, oh
awaken,
jeez.
they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer. You will please to pay attention. Address the subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, Tango-san, maybe you can fetch me up with your sister. I have told you after her and we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, the two of us get we have fun. Oh, get a hubba going in the wee. And I just like that. We
So, as you can see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species. This completes our program. Thank you very much.
All right.
The floor is totally free of debris. Your word.
Oh shit, wrong room. Okay, let's go to the right room for once.
I really don't think that's a good idea. He's not the touchy-feely type.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a hard to believe this is a real job. Oh, my God. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hubba chubba. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this, and I think I broke a fingernail here.
Oh. It's not good. Look at that animation. Well, he didn't... We fought the law and the law won.
It's a hovercraft for transporting replicated food. As you look at the replicator, the old adage, "You are what you eat," floats to the surface of your consciousness, along with all the other scum pooling around up there. What could that mean? As usual, the thought leaves your mind as quickly as it came in. It's a hovercraft for...
Kind of looks like Bill Gates.
Mr. Wilco. Oh, the cushy life will be a vague memory after you are sent to one of the labor camps on Daventry 8.
Ooh.
That would be Dorf, the nearsighted and fairly...
Get all that?
Hey, don't put... It's a hover... This is now your bed. Suddenly you find yourself wondering what kind of festering, slimy, pus-laden criminals have sat on this very bed, and what they've left behind.
Still continuing.
Home sweet home, until you figure out how to get out of here and away from that nearsighted security guard. Home sweet home. Gazing out the window reminds you of a legendary prisoner named the Birdman of Deep Ship 12, who raised homing pigeons in his cell for months. He then hatched a scheme in which he'd write notes and attach them to the pigeons and send the pigeons out the window in search of help. Naturally, the birds would immediately explode upon being released into outer space, but he never gave up. When he was released, he was heavily recruited by SOL Incorporated. Cell 106 is infamous for the permanent blood stain on the floor. That stain came into being when Red Bovine, a Ferbangi slave trader, tried to escape by crawling out the porthole and immediately imploded. That's why they refer to it as the Red Blood Cell.
Oh.
Golly, this food looks so good it might be worth becoming a prisoner for. Yeah, like I'd sure want to be in your position. Not!
You just don't have to rub it in.
As you run your hand over the graffiti While that's an interesting idea, even Dorf would notice that something would be missing where there were two things. The
No, I wanted the
Not
donut.
now.
Why can't I have the donut? Oh.
It's the donut you filched from the food cart.
I remember what this is. It's a rack of Orat. Haven't seen this stuff since Space Quest 1.
It's one of the interestingly shaped pastries you took from the food cart.
Cool. Bobbit kebabs. They whip up some interesting food items in this joint.
It's a plate of grill hair spaghetti. It's a nice round melon. It's a tuberous growth of some sort from the food cart. These look like something they cleaved from the side of Yoda's head. You poke it and you get finger. You poke it. No, you can't eat it.
Oh.
What was that? You poke it. What was that?
Yuck. No pine scent here.
If you look at it, it's a sink. If you smell it, it's a toilet.
Well, let's just look at it.
It looks like a John. Note, we would like to apologize to all those members of the audience named John who might have been offended by the preceding message. It's not our fault that your parents named you after a bathroom fixture.
Thank God I'm not named John. Too bad about Mr. Romero and Carmack.
You are very fortunate to not be a prisoner on one of those Cervic cruisers. They'd have you eating your... Oh, heck, never mind. You don't need to hear that right before you eat. That's for sure. Ooh, I do go on a little.
Eat my what? Alright. Now what we're supposed to do is...
Nothing happened.
Oops.
Nothing. Careful, combining...
Oops.
Nothing. Nothing. Careful. Careful. In this... Nothing.
Oh, God.
In this galley. Careful. Nothing.
Oh.
Careful.
Oh, no.
Careful.
Supposed to do stuff with these.
In this... Careful.
Careful. Careful. Careful. Okay.
In this nothing-
galaxy. I don't care about this galaxy.
Careful. Careful.
Okay,
In this careful.
Careful.
Nothing
happens. See, that was a very personalized message.
Careful.
See, unlike Super Mario 64, this actually
in
was
this-
personalized. Okay, let me check a walkthrough. I'm sorry, but, let's have... This is kind of walkthrough territory. Oh.
Nothing. Now it has some cool ears.
Okay. Okay, now let's ignore the walkthrough
The
for a
rack
bit.
of a rat adds a nice touch. An interesting idea. Something's starting to take shape. What are you up to, Roger?
Nice audio editing.
A touchment of that adds something more to your work in progress. Something seems to be taking shape here. How creative. Something seems... That's a nice touch. Something seems...
Oh, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules. 10 more minutes and they have to leave.
Yikes, it's a good thing Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
Ugh. Well, let's hang out with him.
You marvel at how much more handsome this prisoner looks compared to the last one. Nice. He's having enough trouble just maintaining his species. I hardly think he's going to be paying much attention to, much less understanding you. You don't need a drink right now, you old space dog.
Yuck. No pun.
You stupidly try to spit out the window, completely forgetting that there's quintuple thick Dynaplane glass in front of these bars. The bars are just there for atmosphere.
All right.
Enjoy, Mr. Wilco. Oh, the...
Okay. Let's get in.
Nice work. Sometimes you actually surprise me. This is a standard Transwarp class starship food replicator, where the Starcon elite meet to eat. This is a... You marvel... It's a hovercraft. You summon the ability...
Oh no, I'm not going in there again.
Huh.
This is the brig area, where transgressors are placed for punishment and supposedly rehabilitation. In order to strike fear into the hearts of evildoers, the cells are labeled 105 and 106. Actually, these are the only two cells aboard the ship. But the subtlety is usually lost on these intergalactic criminal types. This is the brig area, where in order to but the subtle... This sensor pad controls the force field grid for cell 106. Gazing out at the peaceful stars drifting slowly by, you can't help but be overcome with a sense of your own total insignificance. You don't seem to be able to gain access. The brig is the most solidly built room on board. This is the brig area. It's a plain quadro-full cot. You don't get those nice shimmery sheets when you're in the brig. Inside this cell is the creature from the Ego, a bizarre invisible monster caught on Rialto 4. It's violent, brutal, bloodthirsty, and is a sucker for insincere flattery. This is a receptacle for digestive byproducts, which are then briefly churned with dihydrogen oxide and then transported under pressure into the tanks in the replicator's sub-processing unit.
Huh.
This is a dispenser that releases a steady stream of dihydrogen oxide, a colorless limpid liquid compound that acts as a solvent and keeps bodily tissues from dehydrating.
Really? What's that?
Inside this cell is the creature. There she blows! The creature from the Ego! That sucker looks like he could nip the macadamias off a Labian terror beast in full dervish.
Wow.
Inside this cell, the roll of toilet paper is conveniently placed for wiping alien tushies. You can't touch it from outside the cell, but if it's anything like the paper in your cell, it's impregnated with an organosilicon compound for reduced friction. Plus, it's quilted for extra cush.
Oh.
With the force field in place, you can't reach anything in that cell without demolecularizing your arm, which is a trip and a half, but you've kind of grown attached to it. With the force field, you don't seem to be able to gain access. Nice.
Wait, what's that?
Why, that's the cell where you spent the most hellish 20 minutes of your entire life.
Really?
Inside this cell is the...
I'm pretty sure we had more hellish.
This sensor pad controls the force field grid for cell 105. This is the break but the subtle... It's the chute you get sucked up into. This is the... This is your standard ship-wide compost panel. Surely you must recognize it by now.
No, I don't.
The pad helps you position yourself correctly for intra-ship transport. As if the overhead tube weren't a big enough clue. Feels slick and plasticky, yet elastic and scratch-resistant.
I gotta touch everything.
Sort of what Michael Jackson's face must feel like by now. It's way beyond your grasp, just like quadratic equations. Stop flapping your lips.
Heads up, coming through.
Nothing happens. The compost uses a tactile rather than verbal interface.
Huh.
It's like talking to a duroethylene plasto brick wall.
Hey, Mr. Computer, release the force field, would you?
First, the grid controls don't respond to voice commands. Second, it's a little objectionable to assign sexual identity to the computer, don't you think?
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot who I was talking to.
This is a game from 1995, by the way.
Hey, handsome. Let's see that pretty little face.
There it is.
Impressive.
Impressive.
Inside this cell is... Why, that's the cell where... Why, that's the cell where you... Now there's a real bright idea, but then perhaps you deserve the consequences. If the force field were turned off, you'd be the only one to suffer the consequences. In the event that someone might be looking over your shoulder, we'll save your embarrassment for another time.
Oh no! Oh god! Ah! Come on, fight! Oh no! Oh!
Game over, man. Game over. Being a good Samaritan is one thing, but you should have been just a little skeptical about that move.
Okay, so let's not do that.
Hey, Mr.
First the sorry.
Okay, so they took, like, the disc, eulogy, and, a bunch of other random things. It's kind of weird. Okay. Let's do a very smart move. Yeah, I think this is a very smart move. Hey, bitch.
Janitor Wilco, you must have...
They just
You
forgot.
start to see your work. The engineer. Yes, you're out.
Hey, bitch. Yeah, I'm out. Well,
G for transwarp.
Oh, goodbye. Well, you know the definition of insanity? Shut up, Windows. Alright, let's try this again.
Ooh.
I'm just a glutton for punishment.
I'll bet Magnum kicks some serious butt playing marbles.
Well, what we're supposed to do is, go to, sickbay. Trust me on this. Well, no one's here anyway, so... I'm talking to no one. Alright.
It's a cabinet.
Yep, that's a cabinet. We're going to have to go into that cabinet now. What? Okay, come on.
That's It feels... It's a bottle of morphine.
What's morphine?
It's the donut you filled. You poke it and... Boy, wouldn't it be cool. Good thinking. It's a bottle of morphine, which you thought was actually morphine. Die. It's the donut you filched from the food cart. No, you can't eat it.
That looks very appetizing. I want to eat it. Anyways, let's look at this compost.
Is the sick bay. All this.
No, I want
this. This is. As in all locations aboard the deep ship 86, a compost is located here. Ever since stairs were banned during the Ford administration, composts have been a necessity. Your words are... Your word...
Well, let's touch this. Oh. Okay, let's take the annoying way. Shuttle bay entrance. Here's what we do. Just cartoonishly, like...
I really don't think that's a...
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, that's long. Game? That's a bunch of bullshit. And there's the fountain. Speaking of finances. It's not too bad. There we go.
My, this guy would give Sybil a run for her money.
Hey, remember Sybil?
I really don't think that's a good
No one
idea.
does.
He's not the touchy-feely type.
That was a sitcom.
Magnum doesn't talk. He fancies himself. That's Chesbro, one of the... You consider saying hi until you remember how dedicated he is to his job, and you wouldn't want him to get in trouble for slacking off while on duty. I wonder why you don't worry about that for yourself. You're uttering... It feels... That wouldn't... You saw... This is the entrance...
Now we do the vulgar nerve pinch.
Ooh.
He says the same thing.
Smooth move. You've got his keyring.
Reused lines.
You consider saying, That's an incapacitated security guard. I think it's time to spend a lot less time leisurely touring and a lot more time trying to get your can out of this place.
Right.
Yep, he's non-functional, all right. You consider saying, I wonder what...
What? Okay. Okay. And that works. That was kind of funny, but
This tri-steel airlock strength security door prevents anyone from exiting or entering the shuttle bay without being properly screened. This large, well-ventilated shuttle bay is probably the largest single room on the ship, which is why you can often find Andorian megopeds playing hacky-sack in here.
I already played the demo.
This refueling pillar, instead of F8, this post used to have a picture of a large cartoon mouse, but Starcon removed it after being threatened with legal action by the same company that lost its shirt on Andromeda Disney, the first amusement park on Andromeda. Ooh, a mint condition 57 Gateway Bel Air. This baby's asleep. These balsa wood shuttles are really maneuverable, but they don't last 2 seconds in a phaser battle. He's waxing the ship. Some guy wearing a Delco air filter on his face parked this shuttle. This Kiapian runabout strikes fear into the heart of the Japaxian Empire. It's a good compact shuttle for under 8,500 buckazoids. This workstation allows manual control of the shuttle airlock and other functions. most of which are routinely handled automatically by the ship's computers. They're incomprehensible to you, so don't even fool with them. This large, well-ventilated shuttle bay is, this workstation up there. You hear a disembodied voice saying,
Touch it. Alright. Any day now.
This shuttle appears to be triple locked with a security bypass and a redundancy cutoff circuit. Those rebels are so paranoid. You won't be doing any refueling around here, bub. Not since you were caught smoking while filling the O2 tanks.
Oh boy.
It doesn't have time to support the ship and you at the same time. It's a tall, solidly built, sturdy support that simply stands there 24 hours a day and unflinchingly does its part to maintain the integrity of the ship. So what would you have in common to talk about?
Hey, support tower F9. Is anyone in there?
You hear nothing but oohs, ahs, grunts, and growls. Maybe whoever's inside is just trying to get a little Wookiee.
Ooh.
You get a jump on...
I was gonna talk to him.
That wouldn't... The hatch to this shuttle is locked, so you peek in the window. There doesn't seem to be anything in there except a rag that says, "My father was betrayed at Kittimer, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt." You need the appropriate clearance to get to the Shuttle Bay Operations Workstation. And you don't even have the appropriate clearance to go to the John.
Oh no.
Your words...
Hey, who does your detailing?
There's no response. This Kiapian runabout strikes fear into the heart of it. You search in vain for a way to open the hatch to this shuttle. Some woman driver parked her shuttle here and contaminated the whole deep ship with these acid-bleeding, multi-jawed exoskeletal aliens, and you had a really huge mess to clean up. Just for that, Kielbasa refused to validate her parking slip. Oh yeah, real smart. Let's go poking around inside a pod that's probably carrying a half-dozen miniature face-hugging, saliva-dripping, face-eating, exoskeletal alien piranha things. And while we're at it, let's split up so that we're all alone and defenseless, okay? Not.
Gee, I wonder what that's a reference to.
Is there anyone in there that won't eat me alive if I come in?
From inside, you hear a muffled, "Nope." What a beauty! A true museum-quality McKinley Ultramarine Blue Runner.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
That's what I say to everything.
In your dreams.
That's what my mind says.
Careful,
At
if
least
you
I can
scratch
dream.
this baby and someone finds out, you're going to need a positronic neural assist circuit to help you swallow your lunch.
I'd buy that for $1.
This is the hatch leading into the StarCon shuttle. It's a standard StarCon shuttle built for speed and maneuverability. Unfortunately, with a budget of only 550,000 buckazoids, they had to leave off certain amenities, like airtight seals, decent shields, and restrooms.
Let's touch it.
If you were aiming for the shuttle hatch, but if you just wanted to inspect the hull of the shuttle for microfractures and embedded particulate matter, you were incredibly successful.
Anyone alive in there?
There's no answer. Not a good sign.
Anyone?
I'll take a wild guess which one's ours.
It's a key with a little button thingy attached to it. The shuttle's alarm is now deactivated. The shuttle's alarm is now activated. This might be the one. It looks familiar. Unfortunately, it's locked. As cool as... That's an... As cool... It probably... It would have... As cool... Excellent...
Okay, so we're supposed to have that on.
The shuttle...
Oh, this one's ours.
The shuttle's alarm. The shuttle's alarm. This is the shuttle hatch. The shuttle always looks trashed like this when it gets back from one of those intergalactic tailgate parties.
Huh.
This tank of emergency oxygen serves an incredibly important purpose.
What is it?
It ensures that the shuttle's hatch makes a neat hissing sound when it opens and closes.
That is important. Let's remove it.
The emergency oxygen tank is not removable, nor can you activate it by hand. It's patched directly into the shuttle door sound effects matrix. The shuttle always looks trashed like... It's an old cup of MC Cola, the cola that gets you hammered.
Who in the world left all this trash in here? Isn't somebody supposed to clean up the shuttle when it comes back from a mission? Oh, wait, that's me. On second thought, it doesn't look so bad, after all. Who in the world... Oh, wait, on...
We got the thing.
Gee, you finally decide to do some janitoring. Great timing. You're not that thirsty. Gee, you These are the seats for the pilot and navigator, built of a semi-translucent gel foam that molds itself to the shape of whoever's sitting in it. The semi-transparency also makes it easier to spot loose change and crumbs that have fallen between the cushions. It's a recall notice.
Oh.
It's the recall notice.
Yeah, I know.
It's the recall.
Make, something.
It's the... It feels slightly gritty. Your utterance...
Okay.
It's the recall notice for the owner's manual. It reads, "Dear Ham Shuttle Owner, it has come to our attention that there is a minor misprint in the owner's manual for the 1000 series of shuttles. Until a new manual can be acquired, please disregard page 73, paragraph 4 of that manual."
Okay, plus cable with the football thing, and a minus cable with the 0.
Cool.
This compartment contains the Devallium crystal subprocessor and main flux coupling. This compartment contains the manual override array and the pattern buffer subroutines.
Let's touch it.
Don't screw with the pattern buffer array. If you get messed up during teleportation, it can unscramble you.
Oh. Well,
You summon the ability.
let's get in.
Through the cockpit glass, you can see the shuttle bay interior.
Yep, that's the shuttle bay.
This
interior.
is the shuttle's cockpit. All the action takes place right here. It appears to be the shuttle's version of a glove box. It appears to be a release handle for the hood of the shuttle. Looky there, it's the trunk handle.
Trunk.
It's the Intermix confirmation display button. Cool! This button is for the movies option package available in the DS-86 series of shuttles. Too bad StarCon was way too cheap to spring for it.
Oh no.
Cool! This button is for the games option package available on the DS-86 series. Too bad StarCon was way too cheap to spring for it.
God damn you, StarCon.
This button activates the PTS system. That's the retinal scanning unit. Upon launch initiation, the operator is asked to place his or her eye against it to be checked for proper authorization for operation. It appears to be the shuttle's... It's a tube of Elmo's Gluzol. It reminds you of one of those hand pumps you use when the Astrohead plugs up. It's the most indispensable item in the universe. Duct tape. Hey, don't put your words, your utterance. You start to, you drool. Hey, don't. That's don't pick. The power is not currently on. This is the shuttle's cock. Don't pick. Your word, your.
Okay. Power.
Oh, real nice. It really needed a nice big dollop of skin grease smeared on it.
Yeah, nice skin oils.
You might want to fire up the sucker before you try that.
Try what?
This button activates. This looks like the launch initiation button. That wouldn't.
Okay. Damn you, StarCon. Okay, so, hold on a second. This is another thing that's in the manual, which I have, but I'm too fucking lazy. And it's still basically a puzzle, so whatever. Oh. That would fucking go. Okay.
You summon the.
Shut up.
This is the Intermix confirmation display. Once the proper 4 elements have been selected, along with the proper confirmation code, the shuttle is ready to fly.
I mean, this was a CD game. Who'd pirate a CD game in 1995? Okay. Ooh, silver.
Don't. What can be said that it.
Well, good thing we have an eye for this.
Let's see if this sucker works.
Hey, that works. Yeah!
Hey! Here's your fish!
Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, come on. Yeah.
Janitor Wilco, what are you doing? You have no authorization to take that shuttle. To make matters worse, you have launched into the middle of a super double reverse anti-anomaly.
Uh-oh.
You will turn that ship around immediately and head back to the shuttle bay. Do you understand, Wilco?
Bite me, Commander.
Oh.
What was that last transmission, Wilco?
We're having a little problem with the signal, sir. I mean, with all due respect, sir, I did plead with you not to leave Stellar behind. Sir, I sense that something's just not right with that community. I don't believe Stellar is dead, and I just can't leave her there. I'm going to do this, sir, regardless of the consequences. Stellar saved my life not once, but twice. I owe her.
Well, that was her own stupid mistake. I demand that you return at once, Wilco. If you do so and surrender now, your record will be taken into consideration during your disciplinary hearing.
Oh, that'll help you loads.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just can't. I have to do this.
Wilco, you fool!
Just then, the shuttle is sucked into the anti-anomaly. Communication with the deep ship has been disrupted.
All right. Nice FMVs.
The power is not currently on.
Swell. There's not enough power to restart the engines.
It says power. Could it be that this button has something to do with the power system of the shuttle? Nah, that sounds way too obvious. This is the shuttle's cockpit. These are navigational system readouts. That's the retinal scanning unit. Upon launch, this is the photo triangulation system unit. It houses the optics as well as the print recorder and ejector.
Huh.
This is the main cockpit display. Various subsystems of the shuttle are monitored and controlled from here. Can't you read? It's the subroutine program disk slot. Sheesh, so it's a little small. I'm so tired of hearing that.
Oh no. What is this, Leisure Suit Larry?
This is the shuttle's cockpit. This is...
Okay, shut up. Well, let's get out of here. What's this?
This exit sign tells you where to get off. But who doesn't?
Uh-oh.
EVA suits weren't designed just as a fashion statement, Roger.
Well, that killed us. Let's get the EVA suit.
It just doesn't work that way.
God.
That's your helmet. With a head like yours, you're lucky they even supplied you with a helmet. That's your extravehicular activity, or EVA suit. Maybe you should inflate it first. What, was that supposed to be clever?
I probably don't need to set the alarm.
What was...
Alright, let's get into our EVA suit. And let's get out of there. Oh no, that killed us.
EVA suits weren't designed just as a...
I don't get it. We have the EVA suit. Oh, I guess we have to get the fucking dumbass...
Boy, wouldn't it...
Yeah, I know. And just like that, nothing gets sucked out.
It feels... That, of course, is your freshly stolen shuttle from the Deep Ship 86. What's with this fish deal? Now one stuck in the engine intake.
Oh, whoops, I forgot to do something. Hold on, guys. Let's get back in.
You neatly...
Yeah, just make it more annoying, game.
You pull the handle and hear something release on the outside of the shuttle.
Alright. Now let's get the EVA suit. Get the suit. And the helmet. Hey, let's look at the glue.
It's a tube of Elmo's Gluezol. It's the most indispensable item in the It looks vaguely like... You get fingerprint. You poke it. You get
Alright. To be fair, that's... Why am I talking to myself?
It's the shuttle's trunk. That, of course, is your... That, of course... That, of course... It's the help sign from the shuttle's trunk. You poke it.
All right. It's totally copyright-friendly Jeopardy music. Roger can't be that stupid. He's playing like a good game of chess, right? Or maybe checkers. I can't even play checkers, I'm so stupid. Another alien reference.
Hello, sweetheart. You look like you could use a little assistance. Is there anything I can do?
Well, yes, there is. Thanks for stopping.
Well, you just name it, I guess.
It seems I've stalled my engines. Could you give me a jump? I have cables.
I'd jump you in a heartbeat,
Oh,
Dollface.
no.
I guess you must have got caught up in that anti-anomaly. They can be a real pain in the... Well, anyway, let's get it done.
All right.
Well, here's your end of the cables.
I'll let you know when I'm all hooked up. Contact.
All right.
Okay, Manuel. We're all hooked up. Give it a try.
You pick strange methods of getting a charge out of life.
Thank you, Gary. All right, so what we're supposed to do is, I guess, like, put the red one, which would be the plus one, into the football one. And then the blue one, which I guess is the negative one, into
Okay, Manuel. We're all hooked up.
the O.
Give it a try.
Right? Yeah!
Bye-bye, Sugar Bunny. I gotta be running along.
Hey, thanks for stopping to help me.
See ya.
Oh no. Oh, she's fucked. But we'll never see her again. Oops, spoilers. Oh well, who cares?
You neatly replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
All right.
Your whimper is my command, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right, manual.
That's Manual Override, your holographic navigator.
Sir, I believe the divalium crystal is still offline.
Oh.
This Your words...
Wow. Crystal seems to have broken. I swear, it wasn't me.
Now we're in deep.
Hey, I've gotten us this far, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yes, and what a wonderful place it is. How did I get hooked up in this deal? My agent's going to be hearing from me big time.
Sadly, no one can hear from Gary Owens anymore unless you have a Ouija board.
It feels nice.
Well, thankfully... Hold on.
This button...
Shut up. Now we can take the crystal out and look
It's
at
a piece of divalium crystal.
Well, hopefully we can,
It probably seemed like a good...
Oh. Let's come all
you
over
pour
it.
glue all over the crystal.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the divalium crystal won't work in this form. Fortunately, I have vast experience in the reforming of broken items.
It's no wonder you've had to repair a lot of stuff you've broken in your time. The word clod comes to mind.
I guess
It's no...
What the hell? Oh. We're supposed to glue that? Come on that as well. Alright.
You hold the glue-coated segment to the broken Devallium crystal for 10 seconds to set the glue. All appears well in the crystal compartment.
Alright.
All appears...
Close that.
Good work, sir. I believe I can now follow the ion trail of Deep Ship 86 back to Delta Berxalon 5.
All right. Oh. What? No.
Sir, I believe I may be able to tap my...
PTS?
Yes, sir. PTS, the Photo Triangulation System. It was installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigational computer system. It's what you see before you mount it in the middle view screen.
Can we... What?
You summon the... There are no more pictures available for snapping.
Okay.
This is the photo taken with the photo triangulation system. This is the second PTS photo. You peel apart the photo and negative from... You peel apart the photo and negative from your first PTS image. It's the first positive. This is the...
Okay. Now what do we do?
Excellent. That's an... Excellent.
Oh god, why did they have to make this so fucking complicated?
Excellent. As cool. That's an... Boy, that's a...
Oh. What?
Don't touch that. This looks to be just a backlit screen.
So,
You get things... What can be said?
Oh god. Why the hell do they have to make it so fucking complicated, man? I feel like we've majorly fucked up. Hey,
What may I do for you, sir? I am here to serve. Then, the Galacticon said, if I did have hover capabilities, I wouldn't need the cleft snorter. Ah, excuse me, sir. How may I enhance your efforts?
Well, you could tell me what the fuck to do.
It probably... It would appear... It probably...
System integrity failure.
You might want to fire up the sucker.
Did we screw ourselves? Come on, this is a 1995 Sierra game. You're not supposed to screw yourself.
Don't touch that. There are no more pictures of... Don't. Don't. You'll distort the optics, making it inoperable.
Okay, so that's manual.
Then, the galactic...
Ah!
Oh, real nice. It really needed a nice... It's just another in...
Oh god, what the hell have I done? Oh.
It's the first pause.
Okay.
It's the first... This is the second...
Okay, so choose a second.
You might want to fire...
Oh.
The PTS is online and working. We can now log...
Don't touch that.
Okay, so... Alright, we're at Delta Burke Salon. I think that should be a good stopping point for today. Oh shit, this was like almost 3 hours. Well, it's our longest stream yet. I hope it was good, even though like no one was here. Oh well. Goodbye everyone. Hope to see you like soon.